Welcome back to Max with RP. In this video, we are going to solve many problems involving vectors. So the first problem that we are going to see is prove that the points A, B, C whose position vectors are given are the vertices of a right angle triangle. So when will a triangle be right angled if one angle is 90? And how do you prove it? Prove that any triangle is right angled by proving that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So that is what we are going to do now. Now AB vector equal to position vector of B minus position vector of A. So which is equal to 4i minus I, 3i, minus 3j plus j will be minus 2j plus k. 4i minus I is 3i, minus 3j plus j is minus 2j plus k. Let's also look at BC vector. BC vector will be position vector of C minus position vector of B, which is equal to position vector of C minus B. 2i minus 4i is minus 2i. Minus 4j plus 3j will be minus j. Plus 5k minus k will be plus 4k. 2i minus 4i is minus 2i. Minus 4j plus 3j is minus j. 5k minus k is 4k. Now, what will be AC vector? AC vector will be position vector of C minus position vector of A, which will be 2i minus I, which is I, minus 4j plus j will be minus 3j, plus 5k minus 0k will be 5k. I am finding AC vector. AC vector is 2i minus I, which is I, minus 4j plus j is minus 3j plus 5k. Now let us look at the magnitude. What is the magnitude of AB vector? Magnitude of AB vector will be square root of 9 plus 4 plus 1, which is root 14. The magnitude of BC vector will be square root of 4 plus 1 plus 16. 16 plus 1 plus 4, 221. Now, modulus of AC vector will be square root of 1 plus 9 plus 25, which is root 35. Okay. Now, you can see AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Therefore, the given points whose position vectors are given represent that of a right angle triangle. Is it clear? Now, you have to find the position vector of a point which divides the join of the points. That is, you have 2 points A and B. Their position vectors are given 2A vector minus 3B vector, and B as a position vector 3A vector minus 2B vector. And you have a point C which divides it in the ratio 2:3. You have already learned the section formula, but let us quickly recall how we get the section formula. Suppose you have 2 points A and B and join them. C is a point which divides AB in the ratio internally lambda is to mu. Now join A, B, C with O. Let O be the reference point for finding the position vector. Then OA vector be A vector, OC vector be C vector, OB vector be B vector. Okay. Now we want to write down C vector in terms of A vector and B vector. Now AC vector by CB vector, as you can see, is lambda by mu. So AC vector into mu will be equal to lambda times CB vector. So mu times C vector minus A vector equal to lambda times B vector minus C vector. So mu times C vector minus mu times A vector will be lambda times B vector minus lambda times C vector. Okay. Now let us collect the coefficients of C vector. I will get lambda plus mu, which is equal to lambda times B vector plus mu times A vector, which implies C vector equal to lambda times B vector plus mu times A vector by lambda plus mu. This is when C divides internally. If it divides externally, if C were outside AB, then you know that this will become lambda B minus mu A divided by lambda minus mu. Now this is what is given in the problem. A has this position vector 2A minus 3B. B has the position vector 3A minus 2B. We have to find the position vector of C vector. So C vector will be 2 times the position vector of B, which is 2 times 3A vector minus 2B vector, plus 3 times the position vector of A, which is 2A vector minus 3B vector, divided by 2 plus 3, which is 5. This is 6A vector minus 4B vector plus 6A vector minus 9B vector divided by 5, which is equal to 12 times A vector minus 13 times B vector divided by 5. So when C divides internally, we have applying the section formula, we get the position vector of C to be 2 times this, which is 6A vector minus 4B vector, plus 3 times this, which is again 6A vector minus 9B vector, divided by lambda plus mu, which is 5. So you get 12A vector minus 13B vector divided by 5 gives the position vector of C if C divides internally. If it divides externally, you would use the formula lambda B minus mu A by lambda minus mu. I think I'm sure you can calculate that very easily. Now, you are given the vectors AB and AC of a triangle ABC. So, we have a triangle ABC. You are given the vectors representing AB vector and AC vector. AB vector is given to be J plus K. AC vector is given to be 3I minus J plus 4K. You have to find the length of the median through A. You know what is a median? The line which joins the vertex with the midpoint of the opposite side. So, join A, let me use another color to indicate the median. So, let this be the median. Let AD be the median. So, you have to find the length of AD. Okay. To find the magnitude of AD vector. Okay, first we are going to find BC vector. Now, this is AB vector and this is AC vector. Okay. Now, you all know AB vector plus BC vector is equal to AC vector by triangle law. Which means BC vector is AC vector minus AB vector. Okay. Now this is your AC vector. So AC vector minus AB vector will be what? 3i minus 0i, which is 3i, minus j minus 2j, plus 4k minus k will give you plus 3k. See, AB vector is j plus k. AC vector is 3i minus j plus 4k. Okay. Now, BC vector is AC minus AB. That comes out of the triangle law. Therefore, AC minus AB will be 3i minus 0i, which is 3i, minus j minus 2j, 4k minus k, 3k. So, this is BC. Now, I want to write down what is BD vector. Now, BD vector will be half of 3i minus 2j plus 3k. Why? Because D is a midpoint of BC. So, BD vector is half of that. Now, what is it that you want to find? You want to find AD vector. Once you know AD vector, its magnitude will give you the length of the median. Now, if you look at the triangle ABD, what do you observe? AB vector plus BD vector equal to AD vector. Now, what is AB vector? J plus k. What is BD vector? Half of 3i minus 2j plus 3k. 3i minus 2j plus 3k. So, this will be 3 by 2i, because there is only one I term, plus 1 minus 1 times j plus k into 1 plus 3 by 2 plus k into 1 plus 3 by 2. This gives 3 by 2 I vector plus 5 by 2 k vector. Now, what is this? This is AD vector. Okay, this is AD vector. So, modulus of AD vector will be square root of 9 by 4 plus 25 by 4. So, it will be square root of 34 by 2. So, this is the length of, this is units. This is the length of the median from A to D. I hope it is clear. Now, the next problem, you are given 3 points to be collinear and you have to find the value of m. So, the points A, whose coordinates are -1, 2, B, whose coordinates are 2, m, 5, and C, whose coordinates are 3, 11, 6. They are given to be collinear. What is the meaning of being collinear? They lie on the same line. Okay. So, now what will be AB vector? AB vector will be position vector of B minus position vector of A. So, this will be 2 minus of -1, 3i plus m plus 1j plus 3k. 2 plus 1, 3i, m plus 1j, 5 minus 2, 3k. Now, let us find AC vector, because AC vector is defined because we know the coordinates of A and C. Only we do not know what is the value of m. Now, AC vector will be position vector of C minus position vector of A, which will be 3 plus 1, 4i, 3 minus of minus 1. So 4i plus 11 plus 1, 12j. 11 minus of minus 1, so 12j plus 6 minus 2, 4k. Now, since the points are collinear, I can write AB vector as lambda times AC vector. I told you if two vectors are collinear, one is a scalar multiple of the other. So, AB vector equal to lambda times AC vector. Now, what is AB vector? 3i plus m plus 1j plus 3k is equal to lambda times AC vector, which is 4i plus 12j plus 4k. If two vectors are equal, their components are equal. So 3 equal to 4 lambda. Therefore, lambda equal to 3 by 4. Now, equating the component of j vector, you get m plus 1 equal to 12 lambda, which is 12 into 3 by 4, which is 9. So, m equal to 8. So, here we are using the property of collinearity, which is one vector being a scalar multiple of another. Now, we come to the next problem. The vectors A and B are non-zero, non-collinear vectors, and C vector is given to be P plus 4Q times A vector plus 2P plus Q plus 1 B vector. Okay, and you are also given D vector to be equal to minus 2p plus q plus 2 times A vector plus 2p minus 3q minus 1 times B vector. You are given two vectors, C vector and D vector, and you are also given 3C equal to 2D. Given 3 times C vector equal to 2 times D vector. Okay. So 3 times C vector equal to 2 times D vector means 3 times P plus 4Q into A plus 2p plus q plus 1 into b vector is equal to 2 times minus 2p plus q plus 2 times A vector, right, plus 2 times 2p minus 3q minus 1 times B vector. 3C equal to 2D, so 3 times P plus 4Q times A vector plus 2P plus Q plus 1 times B vector is equal to 2 times D vector. So 2 times minus 2P plus Q plus 2 times A vector plus 2 times 2P minus 3Q minus 1 B vector. I have individually multiplied by 2 here. Now again A vectors, and on both sides you have A vectors and B vectors. So if two vectors are equal, you can equate the components. So you will get 3p plus 12q equating the component of A vector. What will you get? This is equal to minus 4p plus 2q plus 4. This gives you 7p plus 10q equal to 4. So we got one equation. Equating the component of A vector, p plus 4q, 3 times p plus 4q is 3p plus 12q equal to 2 times minus 2p plus q plus 2, which is minus 4p plus 2q plus 4, from which you get 7p plus 10q equal to 4. Now equating the component of b vector, I will get 6p plus 3q plus 3. I am multiplying this by 3. So 6p plus 3q plus 3 equal to, this one will become 4p minus 6q minus 2. So you will get 3p plus 9q equal to minus 5. Sorry, 2p. 6p minus 4p is 2p. 3q plus 6q is 9q equal to minus 2 minus 3, which is minus 5. So this is your equation 2. Now solving equation 1 and 2. So let us solve 1 and 2. So 7p plus 10q equal to 4. This I will multiply by, this is 2p plus, 2p plus 9q equal to minus 5. So we are multiplying the first equation by 2, the second equation by 7. I am sure you can solve for the values of p and q. So what will I get? 14p plus, this I am multiplying by 2, 20q equal to 8. This by 7, 14p plus 63q equal to minus 35. From which I will get minus 43q equal to 43, or q equal to minus 1. If q is minus 1, okay, I am sure you can find the value of p. So I leave that as an exercise. So please complete the, I am sure solving these equations is very, very simple. I hope you have understood the problem. Now you have to write down a unit vector in the xy plane making an angle of 30 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction with the positive direction of x-axis. So you have a unit vector in the xy plane. Let OP vector be a unit vector. Okay, and then it is making an angle of 30 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. Let this point be Q. So, since OP is a unit vector, its length is 1 unit. So, OP vector is equal to 1 unit, as it is a unit vector. Now what will be OQ vector? OQ vector will be cos 30, which is root 3 by 2. Times, let I vector be a unit vector along x direction and j vector be a unit vector along y direction. Therefore cos 30 will be root 3i. Now what will be QP vector? Now QP vector will be sin 30 into j cap. What is sin 30? Half j. Therefore OP vector by triangle law is OQ vector plus QP vector, which is root 3 by 2i plus half j. So we have expressed a unit vector in the xy plane, which makes an angle of 30 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. So before we proceed with the problems, I want to just recall the definition of dot product. I want to recall the definition of dot product. What is A vector dot B vector? A dot B is AB cos theta, but suppose you have two vectors, A vector and B vector. Theta is measured in this direction. Okay, so you can find angle between two vectors. So cos theta will be A dot B by AB, which is same as A dot B by modulus of A into modulus of B. So if two vectors are perpendicular, if A vector is perpendicular to B vector, then A dot B is 0. As what will be cos 90. So just I want you to recall this so that you can understand what is the geometrical meaning of dot product. So suppose I have two vectors. Let this be A vector and this is B vector. Let me draw a perpendicular from B to OA. Let me call this point as C. Okay. And let this angle be theta. Now, we are going to find the projection of B vector on A vector. So, this is your B vector, this is your A vector. The projection of B vector on A vector is nothing but the length of OC. OC is called the scalar projection of B vector on A vector. Now what will be OC? You know that cos theta is equal to OC by B, modulus of B vector. Okay. So OC is B times, B is nothing but the length, B cos theta. But what is cos theta? A dot B by definition modulus of A into modulus of B. Okay, so now B vector gets cancelled, giving you A dot B by modulus of A vector. So very, very important result. OC is called the scalar projection. What is the geometrical meaning of dot product? OC is called as the scalar projection of B vector on A vector. OC equal to, because of cos theta, by virtue of cos theta, which is OC by modulus of B vector, OC equal to B times cos theta. But cos theta is A dot B by AB, B gets cancelled, giving you A dot B by modulus of A. So this is called a scalar projection of B vector on A vector. Suppose I also want to find out what is the vector projection. So we are finding out what is scalar projection and vector projection. Projection is very, very important, particularly when you study more concepts in physics. This will have a lot of relevance. When you talk about reflection, it will have a lot of relevance. Now, what is OC in terms of scalar? OC will be A dot B by modulus of A vector. Now, what will be OC vector? OC vector is always its magnitude followed by unit vector in that direction. What is its magnitude? A dot B by modulus of A vector times, what is the unit vector along the direction? The vector here is A vector. So the unit vector will be A vector by modulus of A vector. So this is called as vector projection. So in our next B vector, I hope you understood what is scalar projection and what is vector projection. In my next video, we will be doing problems based on the scalar and the vector projections and much more problems. I hope you are enjoying these sessions as much as I do. So if you do like my videos, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye. Thank you.